Hi guys, it's Taylor. I thought we could talk about my top tips for getting in shape. A lot of people this spring are starting to think about it, and I think it's important to kind of condense and clarify maybe debunk some myths that you may have, heard or been floating around. So my top tips for getting in shape, and I've kind of scaled it way back because you can get a little crazy with this, and I'm not pitching any certain diet or anything like that, but I have a couple degrees in this and just a ton of experience training people, working with people losing weight. I sell fitness plans that have nutrition tips in them, and so just a lot of experience working with people through different ways. And I will say it's not one size fits all. You have to find what works for you. So I'm going to kind of work through what I feel would be a feasible and achievable plan to really get you back on track. I don't feel like flipping your life 180 on day one is very smart because the chances of it's not sustainable. So the chances of crashing and going back to your old ways are super high when you do it that way. So I really believe in introducing things gradually, making one swap every 2 or 3 weeks, and trying to hold on to that last habit and just creating new habits as we go instead of, changing everything at once. So number one, and this is kind of the way that I would lay it out when I'm talking about stair-stepping these habits. So I would, week 1 and 2, just focus on your workouts. And I'll get into the details of that in just a second. Week 3 and 4, I would keep the workouts and add your water goals. Week 5 and 6, I would keep the workouts and the water goals and add a protein goal. Week 7 and 8, I would keep the workouts, the water, the protein goals, and then I would add in where you're kind of missing, whether that's sleep, chemicals in your foods, or chemicals in what you use, processed foods. Maybe your vice is sweets or really sugary drinks or whatever it is. I would add in kind of what you need there. And so we're going to talk through nutrition, sleep, workout supplements, and obesogens, which are these chemicals I'm going to explain. And I'm going to try to keep this really short. So number 1, workout plan. You have to find something that you enjoy. Okay, it's not going to work if you go and you've never lifted before and you're going to start lifting 5 days a week. You're going to be confused, lost, defeated, unless you have somebody there helping you. Find what you like. You can expand in 4 weeks, in 8 weeks, in 12 weeks. You can start to try something new, but start with what you like. That's the most chance you're going to keep on to it. So if you like walking outside, walk outside. If you like chopping wood, whatever, make your workout something that you enjoy. So I would print it out. I would have a plan always, or like a journal or something that you can go through and reference. When you just kind of whim it, the chances of stopping are super, super high. If you can, eventually start lifting. Okay, so lifting increases your EPOC, your excess post-oxygen consumption, also interval training. This burns more calories for a longer period of time. So lifting is the quickest way to get back in shape and burn fat and burn calories and stuff. Make it a family thing. So if you guys want to go for a family walk, or maybe it's like your therapy, you're going to put in your headphones and listen to your podcast or your sermon for the week. I do that. And then I also have a playlist that has, I can't remember what beats per minute, but it's a very quick beats per minute of songs I really enjoy so I can keep a pace when I'm walking. And then also ask me for help. I do fitness plans. They're all over this page, and I'm happy to build something for you if you need it. And it comes with a video. It's very self-explanatory. Number 2, protein. I cannot emphasize enough. You are going to get stuck trying to lose weight if you're not focusing on protein, and you're not going to make the gains that you want to make, weight-wise or lifting-wise or whatever, if you're not focusing on protein. So I recommend 1 gram of protein per day per body weight, per pound of body weight. And it might seem really hard, so start small. Maybe you do half of that for a week, and then you build up and you add 25 grams and 25 grams and 25 grams until you hit your body weight. I don't typically recommend whey. There are lots and lots of studies showing that, people that are really trying to bulk up, that the benefits of whey versus plant-based protein far outweighs, how it works. But Most people I talk to cannot handle whey, and a lot of people, because it's dairy derived, just don't want to go that route. So I go more for the plant derived proteins, but there's nothing wrong if you can handle it. Just don't go all whey. Like, try to get a variety in there. If you want to search like protein, snacks and meals, I post that stuff all the time. Number 3, water. You want to be getting 1 gallon of water per day, right? Let that sink in. A gallon, I think it's 128 ounces. It seems like a lot. Find your favorite cup and know ahead of time how much you need, and keep track of it during the day so you don't mess it up. Especially when you wake up in the morning, your first thing should be a glass of water. Your cortisol levels are the highest in the morning, and so having a glass of water first thing to let everything become balanced is super, super important, especially for women, because a lot of times when we're having trouble losing weight, it's a hormone issue. And so really working on, that water intake is going to be huge. Number 4, sleep. Sleep is so important. And many of you probably don't even think about it. But if you're not getting 4 REM cycles, 2 4-hour REM cycles, you're literally going to be stuck. You can work out and do all the things, but if you aren't getting enough sleep, you're going to get stuck, okay? When you're going to bed, if you're having trouble staying asleep or going to sleep, maybe look at how late you're having caffeine, how much caffeine you're having. Maybe look at your, hormones, and are your cortisol levels through the roof all day? Do you have a very stressful job? Do you have ways to decrease your stress levels throughout the day? When you're going to bed, are you wearing blue light blockers as soon as the sun goes down? That helps your circadian rhythm and getting into the rhythm of going to sleep. So having blue light blockers at night, or your eyes strained during the day, sleep is so important. Number 5, supplements. I'm going to start probiotics. I'm just going to cover a couple. I cover supplements all the time. Probiotics and gut health. Gut health is probably one of the number 1 things here we could talk about. Gut health is so important. It's your second brain. If you have a leaky gut, it's so hard to achieve the goals that you want to achieve, because you're constantly going to have that battling against you. So if you've had antibiotics, you have, certain types of gluten or dairy or things that really affect your gut lining, it's so, so important to work on healing your gut and focusing on that. I love Mary Ruth's 3-in-1 probiotic. A probiotic is not, it's a pre, post, and probiotic. That's not the answer. Eating probiotic fermented foods is also really great. It's still spring break for Porter. I didn't know this till this morning. I thought he would line up with Palmer, but here we are. Lymphatic pathways, making sure that those are working properly. I love creatine. I don't care what anybody says about holding on to water weight. Creatine is a natural thing we produce. I love Thorne's creatine. I think it's really, really important. And then I love, love, love adding in collagen. So I use either Bulletproof's collagen, vanilla collagen in my coffee, or I'll do Thorne's Collagen Plus like after a workout or something. And then working with what we're putting on our bodies is really important. You guys probably don't even know that you could be using a lotion that has something that is an obesogen. So an obesogen is, it may affect hormones and change the way our bodies make and store and use fat. And so it can increase fat cells, it can trigger new production of fat cells, and it can alter your appetite. It's pretty crazy. So examples of these are phthalates, BPA, parabens, pesticides, phytoestrogens. So if you look at your labels, sometimes you're going to get really, really confused. Again, I post more clean swaps all the time. I have a toxin-free master list in the bio or pinned to the top. So just look for that. Try to make one swap at a time, making healthier choices, because you could be using products that are making you hold on to weight and you don't even know it. And then really focusing on as many unprocessed foods as possible. While I love a Whole30 and what you may discover during a Whole30 or keto or whatever your choice of diet is, it's not sustainable. So use those more as learning tools to figure out how your body reacts, what you enjoy, finding new foods, trying new recipes, great. But it's not a lifestyle. Like it's not sustainable. So finding things that you really enjoy, that you can do, but decreasing those processed foods as much as possible. So those are my top tips for getting in shape. I hope that helped. I hope that made sense. Drop a comment if you have any questions, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you later.